100 MCQs on educational implication of Buddhism. First question is, the Buddhist principle of karma in education emphasizes predestination, personal responsibility for action and their consequences, luck in academic success, teachers' control over students' fate. Answer for this question is option B, that is personal responsibility for action and their consequences. Next, in Buddhist education, the concept of sila, which means moral conduct, is important because options it leads to good grades, it creates a harmonious learning environment, it's irrelevant to education, it replaces academic knowledge. Answer of this question is option B, that is, it creates a harmonious learning environment. Next question, the Buddhist approach to curriculum design would most likely emphasize option rote memorization, holistic development of mind, body, and spirit, only practical skills, competitive examinations. Answer of this question is option B, that is holistic development of mind, body, and spirit. Next question, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of self reflection in education is to option boost self esteem, compare oneself with others, develop self awareness and insight, avoid challenging tasks. Answer of this question is option C, that is develop self awareness and insight. Next question, the Buddhist concept of anicca, which means impermanence, in education encourages students to options ignore change, resist all form of change, understand the adapt to the changing nature of knowledge, focus only on permanent facts. Answer for this question is option C, that is understand and adapt to the changing nature of knowledge. Next question, in Buddhist education, the principle of dana, generosity, is applied through options giving away all possessions, sharing knowledge and resources, avoiding helping others, charging high fees for education. Answer of this question is option B, that is sharing knowledge and resources. Next question, the Buddhist approach to student motivation is primarily based on option fear of punishment, external rewards, intrinsic desire for understanding and growth, peer pressure. Answer of this question is option C, that is intrinsic desire for understanding and growth. Next, according to Buddhist educational philosophy, the role of meditation in learning is to options escape from studies, enhance concentrations and mindfulness, replace academic subject, induce sleep during class. Answer of this question is option B, that is enhance concentration and mindfulness. Next, the Buddhist concept of upaya, skillful means in teaching, refers to options using only traditional methods, adopting teaching methods to suit individual students, avoid difficult students, avoiding difficult students, using a one size fits all approach. Answer of this question is option B, that is adapting teaching methods to suit individual students. Next question, in Buddhist education, the principle of Sangha, which means community, emphasizes isolated individuals learning, competitive classroom environment, collaborative and supportive learning environment, hierarchical class structure. Answer of this question is option B, that is competitive classroom environment. Option C, that is collaborative and supportive learning environment community. Next, the Buddhist approach to handling student mistakes is based on harsh punishment, ignoring all errors, compassionate guidance and learning from mistakes, public humiliation. Answer of this question is option C, that is compassionate guidance and learning from mistakes. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of education should be option to accumulate wealth, to gain power over others, to alleviate suffering and attain wisdom, to win competitions. Answer of this question is option C, that is to alleviate suffering and attain wisdom. This is the main purpose of education. Next, the Buddhist concept of bodhicitta in education refers to selfish pursuit of knowledge, awkward mind and heart dedicated to helping others, competitive spirit, avoidance of changing subjects. Answer of this question is option B, that is awkward, awkward mind and heart dedicated to helping others. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of samadhi, concentration, is important for ignoring distraction only, developing focused attention and deep understanding, sleeping during lectures, avoiding difficult tasks. Answer of this question is option B, that is developing focused attention and deep understanding. Next, the Buddhist approach to educational assessment would likely emphasize options only standardized testing, no evaluation at all, holistic evaluation, including self reflection and practical application. Next, peer comparisons and ranking. Answer of this question is option C, that is holistic evaluation, including self reflection and practical application. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the concept of anantam, no self, in education implies students have no identity, understanding the interconnected nature of all things, ignoring individual differences, promoting egoisms. Answer of this question is option B, that is understanding the interconnected nature of all things. Next, the Buddhist principle of metta, loving kindness, in education promote attachment to results, indifference toward others, compassion and empathy in learning environment, competitive behavior. Answer of this question is option C, that is compassion and empathy in the learning environment. Next, in Buddhist education, the concept dukkha, suffering, is addressed by ignoring all problems, understanding and addressing the causes of difficulties in learning, promoting pessimism, avoiding challenging subjects. Answer of this question is option B, that is understanding and addressing the causes of difficulties in learning. Next, the Buddhist approach to environmental education would likely emphasize exploration of resources, ignoring environmental issues, interconnectedness of all life and environmental responsibility, studying nature only in books. Answer of this question is option C, that is interconnectedness of all life and environmental responsibility. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the role of questioning in education is to options challenge authority unnecessarily, avoid learning, develop critical thinking and deeper understanding. Wow. Answer of this question is option C, that is develop critical thinking and deep understanding. Next question, the ultimate goal of Buddhist education is option material success, social recognition, enlightenment, nirvana, intellectual superiority. Answer of this question is option C, that is enlightenment. Next, in Buddhist education, the concept of prajna refers to meditations techniques, moral conduct, wisdom or insight, physical discipline. Answer of this question is option C, that is wisdom or insight. Next, the Buddhist principle of ahimsa, non-violence in education emphasizes option physical punishment, competitive learning, compassionate and peaceful approach to learning, aggressive debating. Answer of this question is option C, that is compassionate and, and peaceful approach to learning. Next, according to Buddhist educational philosophy, the role of a teacher is primarily to option impart information, guide students on the path of self discovery, enforce strict discipline, prepare students for exams. Answer of this question is option B, that is guide students on the path of self discovery. Next question, the Buddhist concept of Madhyama Pratipada, middle path in education promotes options extreme viewpoints, balanced and moderate approach to learning, avoidance of challenging topics, focus on either theory or practical exclusively. Answer of this question is option B, that is balanced and moderate approach to learning. Next question, the Buddhist concept of Vipassana in education emphasizes rote memorization, insight meditation, and a deep understanding, avoiding difficult subjects, external observation only. Answer of this question is option B, that is insight meditation and deep understanding. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of upeksha encourages emotional volatility, indifference to learning outcomes, balanced and calm approach to successes and failures, extreme reactions to challenges. Answer of this question is option C, that is balanced and calm approach to successes and failures. Next, the Buddhist approach to conflict resolution in educational setting would likely emphasize options avoiding all conflicts, aggressive confrontations, mindful communications, and mutual understanding, punitive measures. Answer of this question is option C, that is mindful communication and mutual understanding. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of group work in education is to options create competitive among students, avoid individuals' responsibility, fosters interdependence and collective learning, reduce teacher workload. Answer of this question is option C, that is foster interdependence and collective learning. Next, the Buddhist concept of sila, ethical conduct in education promote morals relativism, strict adherence to rules without understanding, ethical behavior based on understanding and compassion, ignoring ethical considerations in learning. Answer of this question is option C, that is ethical behavior based on understanding and compassion. Next questions. In Buddhist education, the principle of nekkhamma applies to giving up all worldly education, letting go of attachment that hinders learning, avoiding challenging subjects, rejection rejecting all traditional knowledge. Answer of this question is option B, that is letting go of attachment that hinders learning. Next question. The Buddhist approach to teacher development would likely emphasize one subject expertise, continuous self improvement and mindfulness, authoritarian teaching methods, avoiding student interaction. Answer of this question is option B, that is continuous self improvement and mindfulness. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the role of arts in education is to serve as a distractor from serious studies, express and cultivate inner wisdom and compassion, compete for awards and recognitions, have no significant role. Answer of this question is option B, that is express and cultivate inner wisdom and compassion. Next, the Buddhist concept of santu santuthi in education encourages complacency in learning, constant dissatisfaction with one's progress, satisfaction with effort while continually seeking growth, avoiding challenging goals. Answer of this question is option C, that is satisfaction with effort while continually seeking growth. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of Dhamma Vikaya, investigation of teaching, promote blind acceptance of all information, rejection of all traditional knowledge, critical analysis and verification of teachings, memorization without understanding. Answer of this question is option C, that is critical analysis and verification of teaching. Next, the Buddhist approach to educational technology would likely emphasize rejecting all form of technology, using technology mindfully as a tool for learning, replacing teachers with technology, focusing exclusively on technological skill. Answer of this question is option B, that is using technology mindfully as a tool for learning. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of debate in education is to prove one's superiority, create conflicts, collaboratively explore different perspectives, avoid challenging ideas. Answer of this question is option C, that is collaboratively explore different perspectives. Next question. The Buddhist concept of Sakka, truthfulness, in education emphasizes hiding one's mistakes, honesty in learning and communication, telling others what they want to hear, avoiding difficult truths. Answer of this question is option B, that is honesty in learning and communication. Next question. In Buddhist education, the principle of Virya, Viraya, effort encourages effortless learning, sporadic burst in intense study, consistent and diligent effort in learning, avoiding challenging tasks. Answer of this question is consistent and diligent effort in learning. Next, the Buddhist approach to learning disabilities would likely focus on segregating students with disabilities, ignoring individual differences, compassionate support and adaptive teaching methods, lowering expectations for all students. Answer of this question is option C, that is compassionate subject support and adapted teaching methods. Next, According to Buddhist philosophy, the role of silence in education is to punish student, avoid communication, cultivate inner reflection and mindfulness full time when teachers are unprepared. Answer of this question is option C, that is cultivate inner reflection and mindfulness. Next, the Buddhist concept of Ehipasiku, come and see, in education promote blind faith in teaching, rejecting all traditional knowledge, empirical verification and personal experience, avoiding practical experiments. Answer of this question is option C, that is empirical verification and personal experiences. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of Khanti, patience, is applied to tolerating poor teaching, avoiding challenging subjects, developing perseverance in face of learning difficulties, rushing through the curriculum. Answer of this question is option C, that is developing perseverance in the face of learning difficulties. Next, the Buddhist approach to student discipline would likely emphasize punitive measures, no discipline at all, self discipline and mindfulness, public humiliations. Answer of this question is self discipline and mindfulness. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of storytelling in education is to entertain to students, waste class time, convey moral and philosophical teachings, avoid serious discussions. Answer of this question is option C, that is convey moral and philosophical teachings. Next, the Buddhist concept of appamada, heedfulness in education, encourages carelessness in studies, carelessness in studies, constant anxiety about performance, mindful attention to one's learning process, ignoring personal progress. Answer of this question is option C, that is mindful attention to one's learning progress process. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of Kalyana Kalyana Mitata, spiritual friendship promotes exclusive cliques among students, avoiding all peer interaction, supportive and inspiring relationships in learning, dependence on others for answers. Answer of this question is option C, that is supportive and inspiring relationships in learning. Next, the Buddhist approach to curriculum timing, when to teach what, is primarily based on a rigid age based system, students' readiness and individual pace, administrative convenience, competitive pressure. Answer of this question is option B, that is students' readiness and individual pace. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the role of doubt in learning process is to be avoided at all cost, at stepping stone to defer understanding, to create confusion, to discourage questioning. Answer of this question is option B, that is a stepping stone to deeper understanding. Next, the Buddhist concept of sati, mindfulness in education, emphasizes multitasking during learning, daydreaming during class, present moment awareness in learning process, focusing only on future goals. Answer of this question is option C, that is present moment awareness in learning process. Next, in Buddhist education, the concept of kausalya, skillfulness, refers to artistic abilities only, developing practical skill alongside wisdom, avoiding hands on learning, focusing solely on theoretical knowledge. Answer of this question is option B, that is developing practical skills alongside wisdom. Next, the Buddhist principle of anicca, impermanence, in curriculum design encourages never updating the curriculum, constant unnecessary changes, adapting the curriculum to reflect changing knowledge and needs, focusing only on ancient text. Answer of this question is option C, that is adapting the curriculum to reflect changing knowledge and needs. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of group discussion in education is to prove individual superiority, avoid personal study, cultivate collective wisdom and multiple perspectives, create conflicts among students. Answer of this question is option C, that is cultivate collaborative wisdom and multiple perspectives. Next question, the Buddhist concept of adhithana, determinations in education, promotes stubbo- stubbornness in learning, giving up easy when faced with challenges, perseverance and commitment to learning goals, avoiding difficult subjects. Answer of this question is option C, that is perseverance and commitment to learning goals. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of Sakanana, knowledge of truth, emphasizes accepting information without question, rejecting all new ideas, critical inquiry and direct realization of truth, memorizing facts without understanding. Answer of this question is critical inquiry and and direct realization of truth. Next, the Buddhist approach to educational leadership would likely emphasize authoritarian control, servant leadership, and compassionate guidance, absence of leadership, profit driven management. Answer of this question is servant leadership and compassionate guidance. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the role of contemplation in education is to option avoid active learning, deepen understanding and internalize knowledge, waste time during class, replace practical activities. Answer of this question is option B, that is deepen understanding and internalize knowledge. Next question, the Buddhist concept of Sambhega in education refers to comple- complacency in learning, a sense of urgency to learn and grow, fear of education, avoiding challenges. Answer of this question is option A, option B, that is a sense of urgency to learn and grow. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of panna wisdom is developed through rote memorization only, avoiding all intellectual pursuits, integration of study, reflection, and meditation, competitive examinations. Answer of this question is option C, that is integration of study, reflection, and meditation. Next, the Buddhist approach to student counseling would likely focus on options ignoring emotional issues, holistic well-being and self-understanding, punishment for misbehavior, promoting dependency on counselor. Answer of this question is option B, that is holistic well-being and self-understanding. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of peer teaching is to options reduce teaching workload, create hierarchy among students, reinforce learning and develop communication skill, replace formal instruction. Answer of this question is reinforce learning and develop communication skills. Next, the Buddhist concept of Saddha, confidence in education, encourages options blind faith in teachers, arrogance about one's knowledge, balanced trust in the learning process, doubting all informations. Answer of this question is option B, that is balanced truth in learning process. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of karuna, com- compassion, is applied through avoiding struggling students, lowering standards for all, empathetic support, and individualized help, ignoring individuals' differences. Answer of this question is option C, that is empathetic support and individualized help. Next, the Buddhist approach to educational research would likely emphasize avoiding all research, quantitative method only, integration of empirical study and introspective methods, relying solely on ancient text. Answer of this question is option C, that is integration of empirical study and introspective methods. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the role of failure in learning process is to be avoided at all cost, to a valuable opportunity for growth and learning, a sign of permanent incapability, irrelevant to education. Answer of this question is option B, that is a valuable opportunity for growth and learning. Next, the Buddhist concept of sila, ethical conduct, in educational policy promote rigid rules without explanation, no rules or guidelines, ethical guidelines based on understanding and compassion, punishment based discipline. Answer of this question is option C, that is ethical guidelines based on understanding and compassion. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of Dhamma, natural law, encourages understanding of religious doctrines only, the interconnected nature of all phenomena, only physical laws, supernatural occurrences. Answer of this question is option B, that is the interconnected nature of all phenomena. Next, the Buddhist approach to classroom environment would likely emphasize competitive and stressful atmosphere, chaotic and understanding setting, peaceful and conducive to concentration, isolating students from each others. Answer of this question is option C, that is peaceful and conducive to concentration. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of self assessment in education is to replace teacher evaluation, develop self awareness and responsibility for learning, avoid external feedback, create self doubt. Answer of this question is option B, that is develop self awareness and responsibility for learning. Next, the Buddhist concept of ekagata, one pointedness, ekagrata, in learning refers to studying only one subject, developing concentration and focus, ignoring diverse perspectives, avoiding complex topics. Answer of this question is option B, that is developing concentration and focus. In Buddhist education, the principle of adhimuti, determination, is important for stubbornly sticking to one view, avoiding challenging tasks, persevering through learning difficulties, resisting new ideas. Answer of this question is preserving through learning difficulties. Next, the Buddhist approach to homework and assignments would likely emphasize excessive workload to keep students busy, no homework at all, mindful practice and reflection on learned concept, competitive projects. Answer of this question is option C, that is mindful practice and reflection on learned concepts. Next, According to Buddhist philosophy, the role of intuition in learning is to ignore in favor of logic, the only reliable source of knowledge, a complement to analytical thinking, irrelevant to education. Answer of this question is option C, that is complement to analytical thinking. Next, the Buddhist concept of samatha, tranquility in education, promote sleep, sleepiness during class, avoidance of all mental activity, calms and focused state of mind for learning, emotional volatility. Answer of this question is option C, that is calms and focused state of mind for learning. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of Sachi Kriya realization emphasizes theoretical knowledge only, direct experiences and personal insight, avoiding practical applications, dependence on authority. Answer of this question is option B, that is direct experience and personal insight. Next, the Buddhist approach to student motivation would likely focus on external rewards and punishment, cultivating intrinsic desire for learning and growth, creating competition among students, ignoring motivations altogether. Answer of this question is cultivating intrinsic desire for learning and growth. Next, according to Buddhist philosophy, the purpose of mindfulness in education is to escape for learning responsibilities, enhance focus, awareness, and emotional regulation, promote daydreaming, replace traditional teaching methods. Answer of this question is option B, that is enhance focus, awareness, and emotional regulation. Next, the Buddhist concept of anatta, non-self, in education encourages ignoring individuals' differences, understanding interconnectedness and reducing ego-centeredness, promoting selfishness, avoiding group work. Answer of this question is understanding interconnectedness and reducing ego-centeredness. Next, in Buddhist education, the principle of sama Bhayama, right effort, promotes doing the minimum required effort, offer exertions in all activities, balance and mindful effort towards learning goals, ignoring efforts in favor of talents. Answer of this question is option C, that is balanced and mindful effort towards learning goals.